Alright, hello everybody. Today we are here at Boston, Blue Boston Speedway. All laps, zero. Yeah, 0. Actually, I should probably do -1. We're just gonna go straight to green here. Yeah. We'll see if Banana's ready. But yeah, 140 laps here around this half mile, or a little over a half mile, 0.54 mile short track out in Massachusetts. And, yeah, we'll see how this goes here. Make sure Banana's ready before we go. There is your practice and qualifying results. Roblox user and Banana are the same people. So, yep. All right, here we go. He's good. No, I don't care. I'll save the ambience for later. When it's fully nighttime, because the sun is setting here. I definitely want the bottom. He's at 65. He is not going. All right. Let's jump around, find him. Oh, I think we're good. We're going. Oh, nope, not yet. We're waiting. We are ready to go here at Boston. We're just waiting on the 9 car to be prepared to go. Obviously, no tire wear. Well, I don't think there's tire wear on these cars. I know there's not fuel. So, we'll see how this goes here. Oh, we're good. We're good. Here we go. All right, now we're good to go. Here, I want the bottom. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's the initial start. You can afford to miss the choose cone there. Oh, there we go. Let's get ready to enter the restart zone. These lines down here. Oh, okay, well, we're green. And for some reason, it didn't change. What? Alright, whatever. Oh, because, yeah, he's not here. Okay, whatever. It'll sort itself out, don't worry. Once it figures life out, yeah. Alright, it will fix itself once we get past the amount of laps Banana ran on whatever was console, I think. Or no, he was on mobile at first, so the laps he ran on mobile are counting. But yeah, we're under green. Laps will fix itself here in a second. We're off to a pretty good start here, just running this outside line. Same cars as New York City, where we won. Similar half-mile short track. I mentioned this in practice and qualifying, which is basically the pre-race videos. If you don't watch those, watch those. 26 minutes back from Banana's mobile effort of qualifying. You love to see it. Yeah, no. I talked about the mind games we're kind of playing here. I have a strategy for this one. So Banana's able to get to the bottom there. He's only 3/10 back. We'll sail it off into the corner. Actually get to the bottom lane. Yeah, you want to be able to enter high here. I mean, you don't have to, but like I said, that's kind of the mind games I was playing with Banana. It was just like you can really sail it into these corners if you want to. This time we're up the track. Didn't execute that one as good, but you know, it is what it is. Yep, moon's starting to rise here. We get away a little bit from Banana. That might have been a little bit too aggressive for my plan, but you know what it is what it is. It's going to be 140 straight laps of green flag racing. We'll see. Get the car pointed down the racetrack. Slide a little bit on exit. We are slowly running away from Banana as we end up the racetrack that time. Try to get a little bit of a better exit. Still sliding around quite a bit, though, so I don't know if it's really worth it. Once again, we're up the racetrack. Should have gained that lap. Yep, we got a 10th. Now we're slowly migrating up the racetrack. We got to get the car pointed back down towards the bottom lane of the circuit. That's where you want to be. That's usually the dominant line here. You can make the outside line work, but not for too terribly long. I was only able to... Banana found something on the bottom lane. I was only able to get it to work for a few laps. And then, yeah, you kind of just have to take the speed you get, use it for crossover, because by the time you get to the exit, you do have speed on the guy, but it's not really enough to, you know, stay with the guy for the time being. So, you know, that's that. So we're up the racetrack. Banana gets to our bumper there as I was trying to check something. Yep, that's why you don't text and drive, because we lost the lead. Here we go around the outside, but Banana to the lead. Oh, don't go on the wall. Kept it out of the wall. The 9 did not. That's some anti-wall ride damage. We're back through to the lead. Again, just able to sail it off into the corner. I don't know if he found something. I don't know if he found out you can do that or what, but... Man, I lost a ton of ground there. We might have a yellow. We'll see. Did they bring it down pit road? He's 9 seconds back. I don't know. Let me figure this out here. He's got it parked on the front stretch. Huh? Not the line? Oh, because it's the vehicle seat. Wait. Is it like as soon as... Oh, yeah, it's as soon as it gets to the line. Alright, I'll just let him catch up here. I don't know what that was all about, but he tried explaining it to me and I did not understand whatsoever. So I genuinely do not know what that was all about. There we go. Well, alright, there we go. Yep, we got it figured out. So, oh, we're up the racetrack though, into his lane a little bit there to try to figure everything out. I guess we got the wall somewhere. And right up to our bumper. I think he did find out you can slide the car pretty aggressively on entry here. I'm still trying to... Yeah, I'm trying to keep him from figuring that out, but I think he figured it out by himself. Oh, yeah, he knows he can do it. It's just we're blocking off the bottom lane, so he can't do it as efficiently as we can. So I still would like to try to keep him from figuring that out. He knows you can sail it into the corner. I'm not 100% sure he knows how well you can sail it into a corner yet. But, yeah, no, he's picking up pretty quick. So once he fully figures that out, obviously we're going to have to work around it. But, yeah, you can see him on the right-hand side of the screen throughout the corners here. He's trying to get a crossover cut down the racetrack. That time he ends up in our bumper. So, yeah, he definitely found out you can really rip it into the corner, so we'll start doing the same. If we gotta wait a few tenths there, I probably was too early. No, yep. This is what he's doing, so... We got away with it for about 20 laps without him figuring it out. Now input lag is getting to me a little bit there. Up the track we go. Usually happens with sunset. Oh, we ran away that lap. I don't know what happened there, but... Yeah, now we're just gonna try to run with this. We've showed our hand a little bit early, I think. I don't think he fully knew we can... I don't think he understood the full potential of what the slide into the corner can do. So we gotta run now. I mean, he still can't see my inputs or anything for exactly what I'm doing, which is nice. We don't have any SMT data to share. But nonetheless, I think we showed our hand a little bit earlier than we probably should have, but... So now that he does know this, it's about maximizing the potential of the line we have, which is kind of just diamonding the bottom. That was a really good final corner there with 3 and 4. Up the track a little bit too much there. Does allow for a little bit more exit speed to carry through, though, so that's kind of the trade-off there. Back going, up the track a little bit. Yeah, now we're running away by like 2 seconds. I don't know if he's trying to get the car to rotate. I mean, obviously I can't see him. I don't know if he's trying to do the same thing we're doing or what, but yeah, no, we can just fire it off into the corner. Now he's stabilizing the gap out a little bit. That was not a good 1 and 2 right there either, by the way. So we'll see what we can do here. That was great because opening lap of practice, I set my personal best around here, and then next time by, or it took me a while, but I got it down to a 14.683. So, but yeah, that was a really encouraging sign. Opening lap of practice, just personal best lap ever at the track. Obviously in a Gen 6 car too, but you know, just in general. So I was like, okay, well that means this is gonna go good. Potentially. But yeah, now up the track a little bit there. Still just trying to diamond the corner, run the wall a little bit on exit, but we are running away. Almost 2.7 seconds on Banana. This is going to be a bad lap or so from backstretch to, from choose cone to choose cone lap. That was a bad lap. We'll see if we can get it back in control here for a little bit. 11 to go, stage 1. If caution comes out, I will fix the ambience here because it is starting to get nighttime for sure. We have a sunset race here to kind of send this track goodbye almost, with the way everything works out with the fictional tracks, fantasy tracks, whatever you want to call them. There we go. Oh, that's a wall. It's easy gaining. Nope, 3.1, almost 3.2 back. 9 to go in the stage. This is looking pretty good at the moment. Oh, that's an apron. Usually you don't want to hit that. I guess technically we could have. Now I'm thinking I have stage lengths. It probably could have been 55, the final stage, instead of 60, but you know what it is. Yeah, now we're up the track a little bit here. Banana might be gaining. Gap stable out at about 3.1. So I think it's kind of figured out what we're doing here. Now it's just kind of a matter of who makes the most mistakes. Count us on the board for the first one. However, once again, we're able to capitalize on exit. We're just trying to sail it in the car. Oh, bad lap for Banana, down to 4 seconds back. And again, we're up to... Oh, he got the wall. That's why. He got the wall. He overcommitted. You gotta get on the brakes a little bit earlier than you'd probably like to make this work. Now we go slow down the corner, but now we got 4 seconds on Banana. With with a little over 14.5-second lap times, that's pretty good. 4 to go, stage 1. And now he's 4.5 back, got the wall there on the backstretch, but the backstretch doesn't do any anti-wall ride damage because I know some drivers, just me included, sometimes just let the car coast up against the wall. Give you a little bit of a break. You just got to keep it in the gas, and yeah, I let it. It does do some damage on the road courses, I think, but on an oval, it's kind of ridiculous to have that do damage. I know in real life it does, but for our situation, it's a bit ridiculous to have that happen. 5 seconds back is Banana. So we did not show our cars too early because we are gone. Oh, he got the outside wall again. I don't know how much is lagging. Well, he's on console. He said he never lags on console. Blue flag in the air. 1 lap to go, stage 1. Yeah, 5.5 back now. We are just cruising around here. We have been unstoppable on the short tracks since UPR pretty much. So see if we can continue that. And we do so far with the stage 1 victory. And right now, a commanding 5.8 second lead pretty much. So this is a... oh, tag the apron right there. That's not ideal, but that's what it is. Got the apron. Banana's parked it. That might be the yellow. caution is out on the speedway. First caution of the night. I might have to sneeze again. Or no, I don't think I've sneezed on this broadcast. I think that was the practice and qualifying broadcast. Lagged into the inside wall. Well, that is a 0.5 out of 1.5 for Mr. Banana. Obviously, we had a commanding lead. We'll see if we can get away again. But yeah, that is unfortunate for us, to be honest. Yeah, I think if that stayed green, we would have ran away with it. Kind of goes without saying, but yeah, no, I mean, why would an acre race ever go green to the end? So, yeah, he lagged into the inside wall when he didn't even hit the inside wall. That's how you know it was good. Pits open. I'm joking. I'm sure he did hit something. Whenever a caution comes out, I do believe him. Obviously, I have my skepticism at times, but for the most part, I believe people whenever they say a caution comes out. So, unless there's another driver reporting, like, hey, this happened, he's not actually, that wasn't actually a yellow, and then I'm like, okay, well, we should probably look into it, but I believe the drivers most of the time. I wish I could lap him when he was on pit road here, but that's not going to happen. Actually, I'm going to have us paste one more so I can do this. Ambient cyan. Oh, wrong. There we go. Perfect. We have blue lights here. This is great for the eyes, isn't it? Anyway, yeah, the new lighting technology we have here in Argo. Normally they're white lights, you know, traditional, just bright lights. Here at Blue Boston Speedway, where everything's blue, we make them bright blue. So, yeah, these are the night lights we have here. It's basically a neon day, and you'll have to see it. Anyway, I want the bottom. No reason not to be on the bottom. We get ready to enter the restart zone. We'll see if we can run away with this again. There we go, back under the green. We spin the tires quite a bit on the restart, trying to stay on the bottom lane, up the track, a bumper from the 9. He might be able to take it here, but we'll fight back on exit. Not going to be able to clear him into this corner. We'll sail it off into 3 and 4. We're going to pinch him down, try to fight on exit here. Get momentum. It's going to be a side-by-side battle for a little bit, though. Again, we're able to sail it off into the corner. Bottom lane is where you want to be, though. The 9 being aggressive, beating and banging now through 1 and 2 there. We were on the right end of the racetrack. For me to say 1 and 2. Still trying to pinch him down. We'll keep leading laps. I don't know about that one. I was pretty well out in front timing and scoring. All right. Oh, we're just going to commit through the corner. Try to clear him there, and we do. He applies the bumper. The chrome horn has been given. Or should I say the blue horn has been given, because we're at Blue Boston. He's going to be aggressive with it. This time we just sail it off into the corner to clear him. And we'll see if that's enough to run away here. As we get ready to complete the 50th lap of the night. Yeah, he knows what to do now. That's kind of why I didn't want a yellow. But, you know, we'll see if we can... Oh, jeez, that was a big snap right there. Yeah, he's not applying the brakes at a good time. He knows what he needs to do. It's just you need to start braking pretty early to capitalize as much as you need to. Yeah, that was 3/10 that lap. Oh, he is well up the racetrack that time. Probably got some anti-wall ride damage, I would imagine. We'll see the tire marks here next time by, so we'll be able to tell. It doesn't look like... Oh, tag the apron. He only lost the 10th that lap, so that was a pretty good lap for him. Yeah, no tire marks. I guess he kept out of the wall. And now he's staying about a little under 6/10 back is where he's kind of residing at the moment. 27 to go in the stage. Again, just need to sail it off into the corner, get the car point. Well, at this point, honestly, we're staying too low. Like, we aren't sliding up the track as much as we need. Now we got about 8.5 on Banana. There we go. You need the car to point down the track just a little bit, so you can get exit speed. I still don't feel comfortable with the gap we have. A second, that's pretty good. To start trying a little bit of a different line when we're running away from him. drift up the track just a little bit, try to capitalize a little bit more on exit speed, see if that's worth anything here. It's worth about 2/10, so maybe we need to do that more often. Really diamond the corner, get the car pointed. So, this is similar to the line we were using at American Raceway for the 4th of July 500. We were able to just kind of... Well, I wasn't really using it as much. I managed to win that race somehow. But, yeah, no, I mean, it's like... Banana and Angelo were the main two using this, where you can kind of just diamond the car into the corner, let it slide up the track, get the car pointed for the bottom lane. So that's what they were really doing to run away, and we are running away by almost 2 seconds here. Banana knows the line, so I'm not concerned about that too much. Now we're up the track a bit. That was more in the line we've seen, or we imagine Banana's running. So we'll point the car down a little bit more, 2.3 the gap now. So we're running better than him in his own line, which is positive feedback here. Oh, he got the wall, that's why. I highly doubt that was me. I mean, I guess it could have been, but I highly doubt that was me in the wall there. 2.7 now. Rough lap for Banana there. 20 to go, stage 2. Yeah, like I said, my crew chief is a genius when it comes to these Gen 6 cars. Just letting... He's letting his driver do the driving, obviously, but I'm giving a huge credit to the guy who set these things up, because we are just... To the guy who set up my brakes and everything. I mean, obviously, I set the regulations for the setups, but it's still up to the crews to, you know, get the right setup for their driver based on, you know, the aerodynamics of their car and everything with the different manufacturers and whatnot. So, this is a, yes, my crew chief... He's making the big bucks in Acre, I guess, because he is, he should be, because, he, like I said, he's been giving me some perfect cars the last few weeks. Which means coming up at, like, I don't know, we're going to drop on down to Euclid, and we're going to have the worst car ever, probably, but, because we're just going to run out of good parts for good setups, I guess, but, you know. Once again, we've opened up almost a 4-second lead on Banana. 15 to go in the stage. This time we're running away even quicker. Like I said, even if he knows the lining out the wall again, I evened out the gap that lap. Like I said, though, earlier, even if he knows the line, it's not like it's going to matter if he doesn't know my braking points, because I'm braking kind of halfway between the start-finish line and the corner on the front stretch there to get the car rotating extra, so... And I can say that because we aren't going back here next year. Or, well, actually, we might, because I have the planned, I do have plans for the fantasy tracks moving forward. A lot more of it's in the distant future, not the very near future, but I do have some plans for these in the near future. It's basically like a monthly exhibition we might run, a track, like a fantasy track, just for throwback to how things were, but, you know, not 100% sure if that's going to happen yet, but that's kind of my plan for these at the moment. Halfway through the race at the line there, 10 to go on the stage. Up the track we go. And I'm putting together the best laps. The gap stabilizing out at about 4.9 seconds, give or take a tenth, for the moment. We'll see. That's a better 3 and 4. Obviously, doesn't make up for 1 and 2. Oh, yeah, there we go. Half a second. Yeah, you gotta brake at like the 3/4 mark of the straightaway. Let it drift up the track about halfway through 1 and 3. So you can then get the car pointed down through the center. And then once you get to about the 3/4 mark, you can get back on the gas, get the drive off. That's kind of what I've been doing here. So, yeah, it's been working pretty well so far, I'd say. So we have been dominating this race throughout the first half. Obviously, still halfway. Still a majority of the second half of the race to go. 6.2 seconds, the gap back to Banana. So we are just in cruise control at the moment. Oh, that's a wall. That's why SMT day is so important. But, yeah, like I said, I found this line first lap in practice. I was just like, all right, well, let me see what we can get away with. And turns out you could get away with quite a bit. Because I remember sailing it off into the corner last year, too, with the Gen 7 cars. And I was like, okay, these cars, you can diamond them a little bit more. I wonder how much you can get away with. And, yeah, you can get away with quite a bit. 6.5 seconds the gap right now, obviously. This isn't over until the checkered flag flies. Obviously, final stage, 60 laps. Obviously, we got 3 to, well, I'm not going to jinx it yet. We have 3 to go on the stage this time by. But yeah, no, what was I going to say? Final stage is 60 laps. Obviously, I'm hoping we get to the white flag, staying green, because we have a 7-second lead on Banana. We got almost half the track on him. As we get ready to take the blue flag here for stage number 2 at Blue Boston. This track was going to hold an ISRA race next year, by the way, before the, it was going to be on the rotating short track day, because I had a whole system, blue flag in there, wanted to go stage 2. I had a whole system planned of, like, we had one rotating date for each track type, and then on top of that, they would rotate, those rotating dates would rotate between real and fantasy tracks as we win stage 2, sweep the stages here today. But then beyond that, we had a 5th rotating date, which was a rotating date, where it would rotate between real and fictional, and it would also rotate between track types. But yeah, I had a whole system going, and then, yeah, obviously that's not going to end up happening. But 59 to go. Hopefully they stay, hopefully all 59 laps are green. We have almost 8 seconds on Banana at this point. You can see him on the other side of the screen there for a second. He's got stuck behind the pylon there. You'll see him in turn 4 here, I believe. Oh, no, he put together a good lap. All right, well, the backstretch is angled there. I don't know, it was a good lap for him. He actually gained 1,000th of a second. I'm concerned he found something. He got 1,000th on us. He needs 7,000 laps to make it up, but you know what? It's concerning nonetheless. Oh, nope, we got a 10th back on him. All right, good. You know, I don't think we're going to have a 7,000 lap run here. The race is only 140 laps. However, you know, there's only 3 overtimes anyway. It's not like there's infinite overtimes for that to happen, but you never know. You never know. You know, it's slightly concerning. If you look on the left-hand side of your screen, between the pylon and the end of the screen here, you can kind of see the 9 go by exiting the corners. Was it 55 to go? Yeah. So yeah, that wasn't the best corner, but he's trying to stay in cruise control here. Banana has stabilized the gap a tiny bit. Like, he's able to stabilize for a lap or 2 now, and then we get another pretty good chunk out of well, trying to chase him down to lap him here, which is, I mean, he's had a tough time on these short tracks recently, and the road courses, to be fair. However, just showing up is really going to help him in points. I haven't updated the acre points in a while, but I'd imagine he's the points leader. Well, I'm not allowed to win championships in the division, so outside of me, I'm sure he's the points leader at this point. So, you know, he's not getting the wins or anything, but it is still good for him trying to get redemption from a heartbreaking championship loss last season. So he's doing good at the moment for that. 51 to go, I think. Yeah, I don't know. 50 to go at the line. So we're doing pretty. Yeah, his car seems to be struggling, rotating on exit there a little bit. We kind of do the same thing watching him. He's up by the wall now. But yeah, like I said, I think he knows he can get away with what we're doing. The problem is he's just not sending it into the corner enough. He is. Problem is he's not braking at good times. He needs to be braking way earlier than he was. Even that was a little late. 49 to go in Boston. 9 down on the apron. I don't know if he's pitting or what, or what. Yeah, I'm hitting the apron watching him. Almost down to just a straightaway. He's trying everything. He's going to the high side, really trying to diamond the corner. 48 to go. I don't worry about that. There we go. I gotta check something real quick. Might have lost some ground there, but not the end of the world. Yeah, that was a bad corner, I think. Maybe I'm just in a flow state and I don't even know it yet. Oh, well, that's not a flow state. That's a wall. Alright, well, we lost a mile an hour. Not the end of the world. Actually, if anything, that might help me a little bit. That was strategic. Anyway, Banana stabilized the gap out for a second there. We'll see if we can chase him back down. Because if he's involved, actually, if we lap him, we're going to be in a really good spot. Because then, if he's involved in the caution, he can't get a free pass. So we just need to get to him here. It's about the front straightaway worth. He's 11.6 back. Lap times here are about 14, 6 to 15 seconds. I mean, that's a high variable, obviously, but, you know, still, he got the wall again there. You got to imagine straight line speed not helping him here. 12-3 the gap now, 43 to go. Again, if we can get to him this rate, he's in deep trouble here. Oh, that's a wall. Drift up the racetrack a little bit. 12.7 still. Starting to migrate down the racetrack here. That's another thing that would cost him here. So if he's trying to enter through the middle, I know sometimes I do that too, just because like if I'm not making the bottom or if like I'm sliding up the track too much, like right there. Sometimes what I do is I move down the straightaway to try to get back. You know, I enter a little bit lower. I don't usually do that. Usually that would slow you down, but like if it helps me make the corner, then it's kind of worth it. However, it's probably going to be slower than somebody who can make the, you know, outside wall to apron work. So that's the only thing I can think of there. Obviously, he might just be experimenting, seeing what he can get away with. He is way up the racetrack. You can see how much we can gain on him on entry. Even if he runs away a little bit on exit. Like, watch this here. He's up the track. I didn't execute that the best. He got on the wall, but we can just reel him in on entry. 38 to go, 100 laps, or 101 laps, 102. I've completed 102 laps. That's how the math works, I think. Getting off the track. We're just going to let it coast through the corner here. Contact made as he tries to point his way down the track. He's a lap down. We are completely offline for our entry point here. He's going to see what we can do here. He'll have the high side. Contact made entering the corner. It's a bit concerning because now he might know what we're doing. He's going to keep fighting, though. Like, I just don't want him knowing my breaking points here. Yep, not going to be able to get to him. He's going to be defending aggressively here, but the fact that we've almost lapped him is probably helping us out. So at this point, if a caution comes out, I mean, he might try to... Oh, my bad. He might try to argue the moment a caution was before, but yeah, now he's just blocking off the bottom. He's going to make us go around him on the top here, so we will do just that. Oh, he missed the bottom. I was about to say, so we will do just that, actually. Is we'll just shoot on by around him. Oh, he figured it out a little bit, but he's way up the track. We'll fill in the space down there, not able to stay there very long. We got to run on him to the bumper, side by side. Yeah, I'm not able to get the exact braking points I need to get the really, really good laps, but yeah, that's what I mean. He's kind of figuring out the line, so if he gets to the lead and then a caution comes out, then we might be in trouble. Just going to try to park it there on him, gas it up. Oh, barely clear, putting him in the wall a little bit. He's not going to be happy with that. We got to run. Oh, yep, to the bumper, into the wall we go. Big time slow down there, probably down to 177. Oh, 178, all right, we got away with it. Yeah, see, now he's up the track. Yeah, 14 points. So it's probably like 15 seconds is what it's going off of, I would assume, for the lap down. I mean, I guess it would be whatever my lap time is. Yeah, now he's running away a little bit from us there, so he might have better... Oh, he's got a better line now. He's chasing us down. He's up the track. Now we got to try to imitate the line he's running. That slowdown was huge. Now he's trying to go back to our line. I don't know why he would do that. He gained a huge amount of ground with that line he was running. Yeah, he's back to lost 2/10 just because he went down the track. So I was kind of theorizing this in practice. If you do what I was doing in the middle line, it might be worth something just because of more speed you can carry on entry and exit. And Banana proving my point there. So now we're just going to copy that. Make sure neutralize the threat here. 28 to go. Like I said, getting in front of him here is going to be huge because if a caution comes out at that point, we're in good hands. He's up the track. We'll just let the car coast. Gun it up, gas it up through the corner there to try to get to him. We are there. We'll give him plenty of room that time after the mistake we made. Drift up the track a little bit. Yep, we expected the car to be there on the outside lane. He'll sail it into the corner. Jeez, the car rotated even more that time. Did he go for the crossover? He did go for the crossover. We went for the slide job block. He went for the crossover. Now he's up the track again. We'll fill in the space here. Again, I want to lap him just to save us in the case of a yellow. Putting the wall down the straightaway there a little bit. But, I mean, it's a straightaway. It's not the end of the world. We're getting set up here. Yep, we just drove it through the corner. Gas it up. And now we run, and hopefully that's it. And, oh, nope, he's still there. Able to get on the gas a little bit early. 24 to go. And that should do it at that point. Now he's a lap down. Yeah, now that we got him a lap down, that should secure it there. So now we're pretty much protected if there's a yellow, I think. Obviously, we can't lose too much ground now, but he's still pretty close to us, it looks like, based on when he's getting across the line. But nonetheless, that's, you know, we're in a good spot now if he's a lap down. Oh, we're getting away a little bit up the track, though. Get the car pointed back to the gas. Yeah, at this point, I think we're in a pretty good position. Because like I said, now we're covered off if there's a yellow. If he brings out a yellow, because now it's, I mean, it would be a wreck count for him, but he would probably, you know, even if it was lag or something, then we could get away with it. So, cause a caution, can't get the free pass. So with 20 to go, we just got to maintain our gap and hope we can pull this one off. We got 19 to go at the line. Up the track we go, quite a bit there. Oh, yeah, we're gapping him pretty good now, so that should do it theoretically. But yeah, no, I mean, I am very happy with the performance so far. I mean, I think Banana's led maybe 2 or 3 laps, so this has been a another pretty dominant performance, just like Battle Creek, just like the other short tracks we went to. Can't remember them at the top of my head right now, but New York was one of them. Obviously, Dodge was staying pretty close to us at New York until he lagged out, but still. Outside of UPR with the Gen... That was before we had the Gen 6 cars that we were supposed to have ready at the time. We're prepared to go racing. We've been unstoppable on these short tracks, and it's looking... Oh, no. Something's going on with the braking and stuff. It's a little bit of lag. I don't know if it's input lag, server lag, or what, but that didn't feel good. Yeah, something's starting to feel a little bit off here. Man's not gaining any ground, though. Something feels off in the car. Now we're kind of back. There's only 14 to go. We should be able to bring this thing home. As long as we're on the... As long as we keep Banana lap down, I'm not too worried. We got a quarter of the track on him at this point. Oh, we got the wall big time last time by. Is he trying to pit? I don't even know. 13 to go. Like I said, it stinks for Banana, obviously, but a good points day, at least. You can look at it against his championship competitors. Obviously, the chase reset, not really going to help him. You're just running second, but you're not getting any stage points or a race win or anything. But nonetheless, it's still going to give him, you know, a regular season championship bonus, potentially. So, there we go, into the corner. Drifting up the track. Nearing single-digit laps to go here at Boston. The sun is pretty much fully set at this point under the blue lights of this track here because everything's blue. I'm blue, dabba-dee, dabba-die. And, yeah, no, we are just going to try to bring it home. 10 to go. And you're getting across the line now, so, yeah. We aren't going to lap him twice or anything unless he really messes up, but... Yeah, this is, a race where, well, I'm not going to say anything yet, but I'll save that thought for when we get across when we take the white, but yeah, coming up on 8 laps to go here. We got Banana lap down, and again, I'm just going to praise my crew chief here, because he found something with these Gen 6 cars, which are, I don't think we're going to be using them next year. I think we're only going to be using supercars for Bathurst, Indy cars for a few events, and the Gen 7 car next year is what it sounds like, but yeah, he's found something with these Gen 6 cars, and I am very, very happy that he did, because we have been on a roll recently in Acre. There's the moon, say hi to it. It's on the Take Me Back to Eden album cover, so respect it and stuff. Anyway. Yeah, we're coming to 5 to go. And yeah, I mean, just not really much else to do. We're just trying to bring it home and hope there's no yellow. Even if there is a yellow and we go to overtime, he's going to be a lap down, so he would need a yellow, nose in front of me, then a really quick yellow. Even then, we just got to make it 3 more laps from here, so, yeah, no, just a day at the track, and, a good one for the 24 team. This 24 Dodge Challenge. This number 24 Racing Guy Dodge Challenger has been flying an acre recently. I believe this is, if I pull this off, I believe this is going to be acre win 160 for me, so that's nice. 209 in Argyle, so we're getting close to 210. My goal is 224 by the end of the season here, so I don't know if I'm winning 14 more races, but we'll see. If not, I might just have to run one more year. No, I'm joking. But yeah, this time by, we will see the white flag. 1 lap to go around Boston. And like I said, I had a good car. I said this in practice qualifying. I had a good car last year. Made my move too early. We get redemption on it this season at Blue Boston. The number 24 team. We came, we saw, we conquered Blue Boston Speedway. We win. The first time in our career at this track. 5 in a row. In Acre, and I believe this is our 4th. This is our 3rd or 4th short track victory in a row. Here, so yeah, I love short track racing with these cars, and not just because we're winning. I think they're fun to drive here, but yeah, no, that's gonna do it for this race, guys. If you want to see more, leave a like, subscribe to all that stuff. See you guys in the next one, and goodbye.